Welcome to this Fire Safety Awareness Study Guide, part 1 of 4 from TestMole.com, where employers can test candidates and teams using pre-built or custom assessments. We also create free tests and guides like this. Please help us by liking this video. Subscribe for more study guides and free tests. And turn on notifications. Okay, let's begin. A fire requires 3 elements to exist. What are they? The fire triangle is a fundamental model used to understand the chemical reaction required to sustain a fire. For combustion to occur and continue, 3 specific components must be present simultaneously. Fuel, any combustible material, solid, liquid, or gas. Oxygen, an oxidizing agent, usually atmospheric oxygen, which supports the chemical reaction. Heat, the energy source required to raise the material to its ignition temperature. If any one of these sides is removed, the fire cannot start or will be extinguished. This principle is the basis for all fire suppression techniques. For example, using water cools the heat, while smothering a fire removes the oxygen. The options are A. Fuel, nitrogen, and heat. B. Fuel, oxygen, and heat. C. Wood, gas, and electricity. D. Oxygen, carbon dioxide, and fuel. The answer is B. Fuel, oxygen, and heat are the 3 essential components of combustion. Other options are incorrect because nitrogen is inert and does not support combustion, while wood, gas, and electricity are merely examples of fuel sources rather than the chemical requirements themselves. What is the very first thing you should do if you discover a fire in the workplace? In any workplace emergency, the priority is the safety of all occupants. Discovering a fire requires immediate action to initiate the building's emergency response plan. By raising the alarm, you ensure that everyone is alerted to the danger, the fire service is notified, and the evacuation process begins before the fire spreads or smoke becomes a significant hazard. Here are the options. A. Try to put it out with a bucket of water. B. Raise the alarm immediately. C. Call your manager to report it. D. Gather your personal belongings. The answer is B. Raising the alarm is the critical first step to ensure everyone's safety. Attempting to fight the fire yourself is dangerous if you are not trained, and calling a manager or gathering belongings wastes precious time that could lead to injury. A standard water extinguisher, bright red label, is suitable for which class of fire? Fire extinguishers are color-coded to indicate the types of fires they are designed to suppress. A water extinguisher, identified by its bright red label, is specifically designed for Class A fires. Class Fuel Type Extinguisher Type. Class A Organic Solids, wood, paper, textiles, water. Class B Flammable Liquids, petrol, oil, foam/powder. Class C Flammable Gases, powder. Electrical live electrical equipment, CO2/powder. Water is highly effective at cooling solid materials, but it is extremely dangerous to use on electrical fires because water conducts electricity, posing a risk of electrocution. Possible answers are A. Class A Organic solids like wood, paper, and textiles. B. Class B Flammable liquids like petrol. C. Electrical fires. D. Cooking oil fires. The answer is A. Water is specifically for Class A fires involving organic solids. It is unsuitable for electrical fires due to shock risk and ineffective against flammable liquids or cooking oils, which can spread the fire if water is applied. Why is it dangerous to use a lift during a fire evacuation? During a fire, building power supplies are often cut or fail, and smoke can trigger sensors that cause lifts to malfunction. If you are inside a lift during a fire, you risk becoming trapped between floors or being taken directly to the floor where the fire is most intense. Always use designated fire-protected stairwells for evacuation. Possible answers are A. The lift moves too slowly. B. The lift could stop at the floor where the fire is, or stall due to power failure. C. Lifts are only for the fire service. D. It uses too much electricity during an emergency. The answer is B. Lifts pose a severe entrapment risk due to potential power failure or automated systems that might route them to the fire floor. Other options are incorrect as they do not address the life safety risks of being trapped. Which of the following are common causes of workplace fires? Select all that apply. Workplace fires often stem from preventable hazards. Understanding these risks is key to fire prevention. Electrical equipment, faulty wiring, overloaded sockets, or damaged cables are common ignition sources. Arson, deliberate ignition remains a significant risk, highlighting the importance of building security. Smoking materials, improper disposal of cigarettes or matches can ignite waste or flammable materials. In contrast, modern LED light bulbs are highly efficient and operate at much lower temperatures than traditional incandescent bulbs, making them a safer alternative rather than a fire hazard. Possible answers are A. Faulty or poorly maintained electrical equipment. B. Arson, deliberate ignition. C. Careless disposal of smoking materials. D. Using LED light bulbs. The answer is A, B, and C. Electrical faults, arson, and improper smoking material disposal are leading causes of workplace fires. LED bulbs are not a fire hazard as they generate minimal heat compared to older lighting technologies. What is the main function of a fire door? Fire doors are critical components of a building's passive fire protection system. Unlike standard doors, they are engineered to withstand fire and smoke for a specific duration, typically 30 minutes, FD 30, or 60 minutes, FD 60. By compartmentalizing a building, they prevent the rapid spread of flames and toxic smoke, providing occupants with a protected route to escape and giving emergency services more time to intervene. Here are the options. A. To keep intruders out of the building. B. To stop the spread of fire and smoke for a designated period, e.g., 30 or 60 minutes. C. To provide extra insulation for the office. D. To act as a soundproof barrier. The answer is B. The primary purpose is containment to facilitate safe evacuation. Other options describe secondary benefits like security or soundproofing, which are not the life safety functions for which these doors are fire-rated. When using a fire extinguisher, what does the S in PASS stand for after pull, aim, and squeeze? The PASS acronym is the standard training method for operating portable fire extinguishers effectively. It ensures a systematic approach to suppressing small, manageable fires. Pull the pin to break the tamper seal. Aim the nozzle at the base of the fire. Squeeze the handle to release the extinguishing agent. Sweep the nozzle from side to cover the fuel source. Following these steps ensures the agent is applied directly to the seat of the fire rather than just the flames. Let's review the options. A. Stay calm. B. Sweep from side to side. C. Step back. D. Stop the fire. The answer is B. Sweeping ensures the entire base of the fire is covered, preventing reignition. Other options like stay calm or step back are good safety advice, but do not represent the specific mechanical steps of the PASS procedure. Which color label identifies a carbon dioxide, CO2, extinguisher? Fire extinguishers are color-coded to help users quickly identify the correct type for specific fire hazards. Carbon dioxide, CO2, extinguishers are specifically designed for electrical fires and flammable liquids because they displace oxygen without leaving a residue. They are easily identified by a black color-coded label or panel on the canister. Possible answers are A. Cream. B. Blue. C. Black. D. Yellow. The answer is C. Black is the industry standard color code for CO2 extinguishers. Other colors represent different agents. Blue is for dry powder, cream is for foam, and yellow is typically for wet chemical extinguishers. Once you have reached the fire assembly point, you should The fire assembly point is a designated safe zone where all occupants must gather during an evacuation. The primary goal of this gathering is accountability. By reporting to a fire warden and participating in a roll call, the organization can confirm that everyone has exited the building safely and identify if anyone is still missing, which is vital information for the fire and rescue services. Here are the options. A. Go home if it's near the end of the day. B. Report to the fire warden and wait for a roll call. C. Go to a nearby shop while waiting. D. Return to the building once you see the flames are gone. The answer is B. Reporting ensures accurate headcounts for emergency responders. Leaving the area or returning to the building puts individuals at risk and prevents the fire warden from confirming that the building is fully evacuated. Who is the responsible person for fire safety in a typical workplace? The responsible person is a legal designation under fire safety legislation. This individual holds the primary duty to ensure that fire safety measures, such as risk assessments, maintenance of fire equipment, and staff training, are implemented and managed effectively. In most commercial settings, this duty falls on the employer, the building owner, or the occupier, such as a business tenant. Possible answers are A. The local fire brigade. B. The employer, owner, or occupier. C. The junior receptionist. D. The insurance company. The answer is B. Legal responsibility for fire safety rests with those who control the premises. Insurance companies and local fire brigades provide guidance or coverage, but they do not hold the statutory duty to manage day-to-day fire safety compliance. How long must emergency lighting typically remain operational following a power failure? Emergency lighting is a critical life safety system designed to illuminate escape routes when the primary power supply fails. In most commercial and public buildings, regulations mandate a minimum duration of 3 hours of illumination. This timeframe ensures that occupants have sufficient time to evacuate safely, and it provides emergency responders with enough visibility to conduct search and rescue operations if necessary. Possible answers are A. 10 minutes. B. 1 hour. C. 3 hours. D. 24 hours. The answer is C. 3 hours is the standard requirement to ensure safe evacuation and emergency access. Shorter durations like 10 minutes or 1 hour are insufficient for complex buildings, while 24 hours is unnecessary for standard emergency lighting systems. A fire involving petrol or oil is categorized as. Fire classification systems help identify the appropriate extinguishing agent to use. Fires are categorized based on the fuel source. Class A. Solids, wood, paper, textiles. Class B. Flammable liquids, petrol, oil, paints. Class C. Flammable gases, propane, butane. Class D. Combustible metals. Electrical. Fires involving live electrical equipment. Class K/F. Cooking oils and fats. Using the wrong extinguisher on a liquid fire can spread the fuel or cause a dangerous reaction. Let's review the options. A. Class A. B. Class B. C. Class C. D. Class D. The answer is B. Class B is specifically defined for flammable liquids. Class A covers solids, Class C covers gases, and Class D is reserved for combustible metals. What is the correct way to use a fire blanket on a person whose clothes are on fire? A fire blanket is a safety device made of fire-resistant material designed to extinguish small fires or protect individuals. When a person's clothing catches fire, the priority is to cut off the oxygen supply to the flames. The procedure involves the person stopping, dropping to the ground, and rolling, while a rescuer uses the blanket to wrap them tightly, effectively smothering the fire. Let's review the options. A. Whip the person with it. B. Wrap the person tightly in the blanket to smother the flames, stop, drop, and roll. C. Fan the person with the blanket to cool them down. D. Only use the blanket on cooking pots, not people. The answer is B. Wrapping the person tightly smothers the fire by removing oxygen. Fanning the flames or whipping the person would only provide more oxygen, causing the fire to burn more intensely. A green sign with a white running man and an arrow indicates. Safety signage follows standardized international conventions to ensure immediate recognition regardless of language. Green signs with white symbols are classified as safe condition signs. The running man icon, often paired with a directional arrow, is the universal symbol for an emergency escape route leading to a designated place of safety. Here are the options. A. Running is allowed in the office. B. The nearest escape route to a place of safety. C. The location of the gym. D. A recycling point. The answer is B. Green signs indicate safe conditions and escape paths. The other options are incorrect because they misinterpret the standardized safety color coding used for emergency egress. What is daisy chaining in an office environment? Daisy chaining refers to the dangerous practice of connecting multiple extension leads or power strips in a series. This creates a significant fire hazard because it can easily overload the electrical circuit, leading to overheating of the cables and potential ignition. It also increases the risk of tripping hazards and violates standard electrical safety protocols in the workplace. Let's review the options. A. A team building exercise. B. Plugging one extension lead into another, creating a fire hazard. C. A way to organize computer cables. D. Decorating the office with paper flowers. The answer is B. Daisy chaining is a dangerous electrical practice that risks overloading circuits. It is not a legitimate cable management technique or a team-building activity. A cream-labeled extinguisher is a foam extinguisher. It is suitable for classes. Foam fire extinguishers are identified by a cream-colored label. They work by creating a cooling and smothering blanket over the fire, which prevents oxygen from reaching the fuel source. They are primarily designed for Class A, solid materials like wood, paper, or textiles. Class B, flammable liquids like petrol, diesel, or oils. Because foam is water-based, it is not suitable for electrical fires, as it conducts electricity, or cooking oil fires, which require specialized cooling agents. Possible answers are A only, B, A and B, C, B and C, D, electrical only. The answer is B. Foam is effective against both solid combustibles and flammable liquids. It is not suitable for electrical fires, ruling out options involving electrical hazards or C-class gas fires. How often should smoke detectors in a commercial building generally be tested by a staff member? In commercial environments, fire safety systems must be reliable to ensure early warning for all occupants. Regular testing is a legal and safety requirement to confirm that the alarm sounders and detection sensors are functioning correctly. While professional servicing and maintenance occur annually, a user test, typically performed by a designated fire marshal or staff member, is required on a weekly basis to ensure the system is operational. The options are A. Daily, B. Weekly, C. Monthly, D. Annually. The answer is B. Weekly testing is the standard frequency for staff-led checks to ensure the system remains functional between professional service intervals. Daily is excessive, while monthly or annually are insufficient for early detection reliability. When evacuating a building, you should select all that apply. Effective evacuation relies on maintaining order and preventing the spread of fire. Key principles include containment. Closing doors behind you limits the oxygen supply to the fire and slows the spread of smoke and heat. Vertical egress. Lifts can fail or become traps during power outages or fire damage. Stairs are the only safe route for evacuation. Prioritization. Personal safety always outweighs the preservation of data or equipment. The options are A. Walk, do not run. B. Close doors behind you to slow the fire. C. Stop to save your work on the computer. D. Use the stairs, not the lift. The answer is A, B, and D. Walking, closing doors, and using stairs are essential for safe, orderly evacuation. Stopping to save work is dangerous because it delays your exit and risks your life for non-essential assets. Fires involving combustible metals like magnesium or potassium are class. Fire classification systems categorize fires based on the fuel source to ensure the correct extinguishing agent is used. Class D fires are unique because they involve combustible metals such as magnesium, titanium, potassium, or lithium. These fires are highly reactive and often require specialized dry powder extinguishing agents. Using water on a Class D fire can cause a violent, explosive reaction. The options are A. Class D, B. Class F, C. Class M, D. Class K. The answer is A. Class D is the international standard designation for metal fires. Class F/K refers to cooking oils and fats, while Class M is not a standard fire classification. What is the most common cause of death in house or office fires? While the visual intensity of flames is frightening, the primary threat to life in a fire is the invisible danger of smoke. Smoke contains a complex mixture of particulates and toxic gases, such as carbon monoxide and hydrogen cyanide. These substances can cause rapid unconsciousness, disorientation, and respiratory failure, often incapacitating victims before the flames themselves reach them. Let's review the options. A. Direct burns from flames. B. Smoke inhalation and toxic gases. C. Structural collapse. D. Falling while running. The answer is B. Smoke inhalation is the leading cause of fire-related fatalities because toxic gases incapacitate victims quickly. Direct burns and structural collapses are significant risks, but occur less frequently than smoke-related deaths. What is the primary role of a fire warden during an evacuation? A fire warden acts as a designated safety lead during an emergency. Their primary objective is the orderly evacuation of personnel, not fire suppression or investigation. Key responsibilities include sweeping areas, checking rooms, bathrooms, and storage spaces to ensure no one is left behind. Directing traffic, guiding occupants toward the nearest safe exit and assembly point. Accountability, reporting the status of their zone to the fire marshal and assisting with the final roll call to confirm everyone is accounted for. Possible answers are A. To fight the fire with high-pressure hoses. B. To ensure their designated area is clear and assist in the roll call. C. To rescue pets from the building. D. To investigate the cause of the fire. The answer is B. The warden's role is focused on life safety and evacuation management. Fighting fires, rescuing pets, or investigating causes are specialized tasks for professional fire services and would distract from the warden's duty to ensure all human occupants have safely exited. Which class of fire covers cooking oils and fats? Fire classification systems categorize fires based on the fuel source to ensure the correct extinguishing agent is used. In the European and Australian standards, Class F fires involve high-temperature cooking oils and fats, such as those found in deep-fat fryers. Class B flammable liquids. Class C flammable gases. Class D metals. Class F cooking oils/fats. Choose between A. Class E, B. Class F, C. Class K, D. Class O. The answer is B. Class F is the standard designation for cooking oil fires. While Class K is used in the United States for the same type of fire, Class F is the correct classification in many other international jurisdictions, and the other options are either incorrect or non-existent categories. Fire usually requires the air to contain at least what percentage of oxygen to continue burning? The fire triangle consists of heat, fuel, and oxygen. While normal atmospheric air contains approximately 21% oxygen, combustion reactions generally require a concentration of at least 16% to sustain a flame. If oxygen levels drop below this threshold, the fire will typically self-extinguish due to the lack of an oxidizer. Let's review the options. A. 5%. B. 10%. C. 16%. D. 21%. The answer is C. 16% is the critical threshold for sustaining combustion. While 21% is the ambient level, fires can continue to burn until the oxygen concentration is significantly reduced, making 16% the correct lower limit for fire maintenance. A blue-labeled extinguisher, dry powder, is versatile but should be used with caution indoors because dry powder extinguishers, identified by a blue label, are highly effective multi-purpose tools because they can be used on Class A, B, and C fires. However, they function by releasing a fine chemical powder that coats the fuel. When used in confined indoor spaces, this powder creates a dense, opaque cloud that can severely limit visibility and irritate the respiratory system, making it difficult for occupants to find their way out. Here are the options. A. It is poisonous to touch. B. The powder creates a cloud that obscures vision and can cause breathing difficulties. C. It is flammable itself. D. It stains the carpet. The answer is B. The primary danger of using dry powder indoors is the rapid loss of visibility and potential respiratory distress. It is not flammable or poisonous, and while it is messy, the safety risk to occupants' ability to evacuate takes precedence over property damage. A red circle with a diagonal line over a cigarette means safety signage uses standardized colors and shapes to communicate hazards instantly. Red circle with diagonal, prohibition, must not do. Blue circle, mandatory, must do. Yellow triangle, warning, caution. Green square/rectangle, safe condition, exit/first aid. A red circle with a slash is the universal symbol for do not or prohibited actions. Here are the options. A. Smoking is mandatory here. B. Smoking is strictly prohibited. C. Fire exit this way. D. Caution, smoke. The answer is B. The red circle with a diagonal line is the international standard for a prohibition sign. It clearly indicates that the action depicted, in this case, smoking, is strictly forbidden. Thanks for watching. With TestMole.com, you get everything in one place, from easy candidate invites and role-based access, to deep analytics and built-in anti-cheat mechanics. We'll assess code answers, free text responses, and issue verified certificates. Ready to simplify your hiring? Give TestMole a try. And one more thing. If you like this video and want to see more, don't forget to like and subscribe.